All right, all right. Yeah, we get ready to talk about some stuff. Just got done disinfecting around here, making sure these dogs have a healthy, cleaning environment. I got the heat lamps over there good for them. The mom, she did an absolutely wonderful job with 9. You know, they poop looking good. They everything in place. Only thing they haven't got is their first shot. But I ain't worrying about that because during the wintertime, you don't have a lot of diseases due to, insects, flies, bugs, different other things that may come in your yard, that can infect your yard or whatever. But we're going to just talk about a couple of things about my little insight on certain things this inbred, line bred outcross. It's just my insight. Now, another person or game dog man may say things I don't agree with them, but that's cool. Whatever's working for you, whatever working for you. And I got to give a big shout out to a lot of the kennels that I look up to, and I watch on a day-to-day basis. Thompson, Triple J. I watch Samurai Kennels. Thank you for, shouting me out that one day. Yeah, I'm definitely up and coming, trying to do it the right way. And big shout out to all the ones. If I didn't mention you, I still got love for you anyway. I think Constant Pressure, I like them kennels too. And the ones that's doing it a legal way, big shout outs to you. So like I say, these puppies now, they starting to get that a little aggressive. I think it's going to be really, really good because this was her second litter. Her first litter, she had 9, and I accidentally, I think I had it too cool in her, and a couple of them died for live. So it was kind of my fault, and it was during the summertime, but I was trying to have them cool enough, and but she had another 9, so, and they all came out healthy. Good mother, man. But let's jump right into it. We just gonna touch bases on a couple of things that how I look at stuff, how I look at it. Far as in my point of view and in my eyesight and my mind, my thought process, about these animals. So back when I was growing up, I seen a lot of different other old school bloodlines that we were dealing with around here. Was the old Metlin stuff, the Metlin outlaw stuff. It was originally Metlin was in our hometown in Iredell County, in which a little town called Statesville, North Carolina, bred the Metlin dogs, which was, a Kobe dog anyway. And I want to touch bases on, saying it was an honor to own one of these dogs back then. Just the graphic of seeing what they could do, the graphics of what they could do. They could climb, they'd do anything you say. And see, this breed do not get enough credit of being obedient. This breed do not get enough credit of being obedient. It used to be an honor to own these dogs, man. And now we don't let the internet and the money take the replace of the respect and the honor of owning one. It ain't nothing wrong. I ain't mad at nobody out here trying to get their money. I'm definitely not mad. Nobody out here trying to get their money. I'm seriously. I'm telling you, I'm not mad, but when you start just not valuing the breed no more, the strand, you just breeding and just to get the money, then, you just doing it for one purpose. You don't really care nothing about the dogs, but then, some people may care about the dog. They might put all the money back into their dogs, like, majority of, because you're going to spend a majority of to keep a healthy yard, a healthy kennel with medication. And one of the biggest things, it ain't even the feeding the dog that's the cost. It's the medication when these dogs start sick and you don't keep up on them. That's why it's good to get them something once a week or once a month or something to keep their body flushed out, because they do so much. They eat off the ground. You just never know. They could get eat some shrubs or sticks or whatever. And now they the blood and they little poop and they poop running just because whatever they don't didn't flush through and all that stuff. But like I said, that's the number one thing I want to talk about. The honor. It's an honor used to be an honor to have one of these dogs. Used to be a great honor, man. We don't honor that enough. And now, we trying to pass it down to some of the younger generation. They just I got to kill her. I got to kill her. I got he anything. Bro, it's not about that. It's bigger than that, than these dogs just having a high prey drive. I want to see every trait that come out of my dogs, from smarts to intelligent, endurance, stamina, obedience, longevity. Can the dog can produce all this good things I want to see out of my dog. So it used to be an honor. So that's one topic. I'm not going to get thoroughly on a one topic. So, and then we're going to talk about, next thing is we're going to talk about implementing inbred, line bred, and outcrossing. So right now, that's what I'm pretty much doing with what I got. I'm implementing all three of them. My Alonzo Green with Eli Bolio is heavily brood stock, so most of that stuff is inbred. So I outcrossed it with my Lackey's Brit dog, and now a lot of these dogs that I'm doing is I'm keeping it out to at least probably like a 1/8 or 1/4, at least, or probably almost something like that. I haven't did the math on it yet, but I know it's still in there. Like these dogs right here on the mama side, they still got some of the Lackey's Brit in there. I'm not gonna breed that out. Why? Because that outcross gave these dogs a little bit more fuel, gave them some bone structure, gave them some, another kind of a style or standard or whatever. So I've been implementing. So we're gonna talk about inbreeding first. What it inquires. When you got an inbreed dog, now you're going to get out of inbreeding. This is my opinion, how I look at it. You inbreed off a dog, I don't care if it's a mama or a daddy. Usually it be the dads that they inbreed off of. And so when you inbreed, you're going to get the good and the bad. Now you're going to get all this dog traits out of that one particular dog. You're going to get them. You're going to get all them traits. You may see mouth. You may see that high prey drive. You may see, just a different type of animal when them dogs turn a certain age, because how that they sire were bred or their dam was bred. And the bad thing about inbreeding, if you breed it too heavy, a lot of strands can't take that heavy inbred. A lot of them can't, and a lot of them can. For prime example, you have Red Boy Jocko. You can inbreed on them heavily. Just like the Alonzo Green with Eli Bolio, you could breed on them heavily and still have a good percentage of high quality dogs. But that ain't my main purpose why I got this blood. I like this blood because it works. They high energy. They real. Some of them real sprung out. Some of them real shy to a certain extent. But they real good to the owners. And some of them, a lot of these dogs don't like a lot of different other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to kind of break that bad trait out, because like I said, I want you to be able to, my dog to be able to respond to any type of human on a certain level. But yeah, like I say, the inbreeding part, you get your good and your bad, and you get all them good traits out of that dog, because you want to see them traits. That's the main thing you breed for. You want to see them traits implemented throughout your program, so you could be successful down the line. And I'm not gonna get too far on inbreeding, like that. I could keep going, but that's mainly how I look at inbreeding. You get the good and the bad out of it, and the bad is part where you get, you start losing qualities from bone structure, hair loss, them dogs just being stupid, getting dumb. I want a smart dog. Even though a lot of these pit bulls, you got to keep them active with some type of toy, because they'll bite on something. I don't care how good they bred or whatever. So now we're going to jump on line bred. Line bred is pretty much is a good implementing to your program too, because it keeps the dogs balanced, in my opinion. It keeps the dogs, I like to say, it keeps them where they can turn off that off and on switch when it comes to a high prey drive. They know when to turn it on, instead of you got a heavy inbred dog, all the time. I don't like my dogs like that. I just don't like them like that, man. I don't see dogs. Sometimes it's hard to handle dogs like that. So the line bred is something really good, because you basing it off a family base of dogs, and it could be a lot of family base of dogs. Like you can add in there uncle and niece. What else? Aunt to nephew, grandma to grandson, grandpa to granddaughter, stuff like that, man. That's what line bred does. And I feel like it just keeps them traits balanced all the way around the board, instead of just focused on one big trait. Because sometimes, when you inbreed heavy, it only just gonna focus on certain things. That's why you have to either line breed or go out to an outcross. And I think I could have did better with a little bit of line breeding, but that's just my opinion. I like the line breed, so I'm trying to in my program. I wanna implement all three together, and so we go into the outcross, man. The outcross is definitely good for your dog. If your dog's lacking anything and you trying to, or you don't bred something out and you go to this dog, and they may not be kin, but you might go to a whole entirely different strain, a whole entirely different family of dogs. That outcross can bring some of that back in there, depending on how much you want to breed that in there. But I feel like some people they just focus on too much of that outcross. An outcross need to at least be, it don't need to be at a high percentage because then you're gonna lose traits out of that line breeding and that inbreeding stuff that you had that you've been, them foundation dogs that you've been having off of that inbred and line bred dog. So outcross definitely is something that's really good. It helps your dog out. It don't like putting, if you usually regular gas, that outcross can put that, the extreme gas up in your dogs. It adds different other stuff that your dog's really, really, truly missing. If that dogs ain't, don't have no mouth, if the outcross can add that mouth, or if it don't have the stamina, the outcross can add the stamina. That's like prime example. I like to use when I'm talking to other dog man. That's like when Eli bred the Snooty. What Snooty brung to him. Eli was already powerful. Eli was already had all mouth, but Eli didn't have no wind. Snooty brought that wind to Eli. So when you get down in there, like I say, man, I just like to study, especially my own bloodline, because I want to, whenever I feel like I ain't gonna never hang it up, man. I feel like, this is what I want to do in my life. When I first got 8 years old, seeing these dogs, the capability they had and all that stuff, what they brought to the table. I always wanted to own one, but like I said, outcrossing is definitely a big plus, a big plus to your program. And that's why I say the Lackey's Brit dog, I won't never breed these dogs, that Lackey's Brit stuff out, because he was a very good temperament dog. He really got along with with any type of animal. And in this day of time, you want most of your animals to get along with animals. So that's why I say that off and on switch. But these dogs, when I outed it with the Lonzo Green with Eli Bolio, this just made these dogs tremendously better, smarter. I'm not saying the Lonzo Green with Eli Bolio didn't have no smart dogs, but my dogs was already, most of them, they were smart due to their great grandfather, which is Lackey's Diego, and Lackey's Brit was 50% off of the double bred off of the Lackey's Diego stuff. I got like a 6-way cross down in my bloodline. It's like it's got some Eli, Lonzo, Budweiser, Mountainsman, Bandit, and it got the Wilders and the Hammond stuff. So it's like a 6-way cross. And I'm still studying some of my top side dogs just to see what I can find and what I can dig in. Still studying, but that's my three things that I take. And a lot of guys that I look at on I observe a lot of things. I listen and I try to see if it's gonna fit into what I'm trying to do with my dogs. And if it don't, it do. I may have to come back to it. But like I said, I salute the guys that I look at on YouTube, because they have they have their own way of looking at things. I might have not heard something another guy had looked at something differently than me, and I was like, oh man, I ain't never thought of it that way. You know what I'm saying? So. But it's always room for improvement. That's my job, to try to keep improving this breed. And and we're gonna talk about a little bit. I said I wasn't gonna do long, but I'm already at 14 minutes. But I'm gonna just trying to hurry up, shorten this down. We're gonna talk about quantity versus quality. Well, either way, however you put it, quality. So I think that they go hand in hand. I think they should be balanced, because quantity. A lot of people say they rather have the quality over quantity. Yeah, that's true, but you gotta look at the quantity too, because you can't you can never see what are you breeding and what's the percentage unless you have quantity. So that's why I say it's a great balance. Now you want to have quality. That everybody want to have quality. But then if you let some of your dogs go out, you ain't never gonna see, because a lot of people, they gonna just make them pets. So you'll never see that drive. You never see what if he's acting better than his brother or sister. You'll never see that. So that's why it's very good to keep a lot of your breedings. And I'm seriously thinking about going private, man. I mean, that's one of my goals, to really go private. So I need to get them another heat lamp, but to go private so you can see everything. And then, you may let some dogs go out to some good kennels when them dogs get a certain age. But I think quality and quantity goes hand in hand. That's why you see a lot of them big kennels have, some of them 100 dogs, 300 dogs. And people be like, man, that's a hoarder. But you got to see what you producing, because if you never see and you second guessing, then you ain't going to never know. You know what I'm saying? And so, and that's what they do it for. And now they say if I had a litter of 8, maybe 3 made the cut, maybe 4 made the cut. So I say, okay, I don't got to do nothing with him. I can maybe get him to somebody else that going to make him a pet. But then down the line, this dog might, start acting crazy, or acting like, high prey drive at 5, 6, 7 years old. And you're like, dang, why did he wait? But see, that's the time and the patience you got to have in these dogs, man. To continue to breed, you got to spend time with it. So that's why I'm trying to get me another job so I can spend time. Because this other job, pouring concrete and all that stuff, I didn't ever have the time, because, man, we would be, as soon as we clock in, especially during the summertime, we working from sometimes 6 on up to 9 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? And then you get home, you be tired, you don't feel like doing nothing, drove all day, cleaning the chutes, all this stuff. So I'm definitely finding another job so I can spend more time and get more videos. And big shout out goes to my the new subscribers, man. And thank you for Samurai Kennels, telling them to add me. I appreciate that, bro. Much love to you and what y'all doing over there, man. Like I said, I look up to guys that's doing it illegal. And like I said, I don't condone and nothing else, but to do it the right way with these dogs. I think it's going to be really good group. Like I said, I'm going to keep them till January 19th. They'll be 3 months old. I got to get their shots. Probably shots going. I'm going to start giving their shots next week, even though that's a little late. But during the wintertime, like I say, you don't have a lot of diseases, so I don't have to worry about that. They stool looking good, they acting good, and we're gonna see in the next, probably the next month or so, how they gonna really act, and how, what they gonna do, and some of the personality they gonna show. But that's my video. Try not to be so long, man. But I could have talked about them 3 things that inbred. I think I gave something really good. But that's what I want to do in my program. Implement all 3 of them. I'm gonna be doing some more brood stock. That Lonzo Green with Eli Boley, I'm gonna do some more of it. It's gonna be a 3-way blend. I think that's gonna really be good. And I'm gonna be implementing line bred stuff with the mix of his stuff, and then I got some inbred stuff too, but I don't think I'm gonna go heavy on inbred on mine. I'm gonna just keep it with certain dogs that I just did that brother and sister, and that I'm gonna breed in and mix it, keep that blend going. But I'm gonna do a lot of line bred, inbred, and outcrossing, because that outcross is still up in there. As long as it ain't bred out, I'm gonna focus on not trying to breed it out. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all listening. It's almost been about 20 minutes, but I think I touched on a lot of good things. But I could have did 3 videos out of both of them, but I was like, I just try to add them all in one. So, but y'all have a good day. Y'all keep, doing what y'all doing, positive with these dogs, man, and do it the right way, because it's a lot of people hating on these dogs for no reason. They don't want to see our dogs win. This one time was the best dog in the world, and still is, in my opinion. It still is the best dog in the world. All right, y'all have a good night. Like I say, these dogs right here, they about to be 2 months old. So go start giving them the shots probably next week, and and so forth.